Or Jack McCaig for JesusChristTrust.net. Now, we got a lot of information over there, and you need to get over there. But let's deal with something specific today. I'm going to go over rainbows. Rainbows, it's in the Bible. Rainbows prove we're not going to get flooded again, whatever. That's, you know, the covenant. You're not looking into what rainbows, how rainbows can be created, and what you can easily look at them and decide, oh, because it has these laws are at play of light and water and crystal and so on to create rainbows. This is what rainbows actually are formed from and mean. You could figure it out yourself, like really what they mean. It's not that hard. What is the only method for creating a rainbow? When light passes through a crystal, right? That's all. That's the only method. There is no other method. There's not going to be another method. There's a crystalline structure in a CD that's imprinted onto plastic in there, right? But generally, that's a crystalline structure. Okay, that's why you get those wonky little things out of that and so on. But, this is the real information. What's on Pink Floyd here? Their album Dark Side of the Moon. That's what, is happening here. If you're trying to create a rainbow, light has to pass through a crystal to create a rainbow. So what does that prove? Just on its own, it's so easy that light is shining through a dome above us, and then once it goes through that dome, then that's a rainbow, right? But it has to hit somewhere. There's no wall or door or whatever up in the middle of the earth. You see what I'm saying? There's no, like, you could in your room, you could be like, oh, let me use a crystal and make some light, and I could shine it on a wall. It's not gonna shine in the middle of the room on air, okay? Because there's nothing there, so it has to shine onto something, right? And there's no you could do, maybe if you had a shower and a light and a crystal, you could get some rainbow to be reflected in some of that water. Okay, some of it. Yeah, maybe. But it's not from that water drops that's being created. There's just no wall up. You see, in the middle of, like, the dome. When the light shines through, there's no place for it to shine a rainbow on, except if there's something in the air, right? What gets in the air here? Rain. There's nothing else that gets in the air, is there? There's rain, and so that can reflect it. You see, and that's where we see why we call it rainbow, because that's what's up in the air. That's what you can see. Now, let's keep going a little further. So this happens because the light shines through the dome, right? And it hits that whoops. Sorry about that. Where am I going? And light hits through that, and then hits the rainbow. I mean, hits the rain, right? And because the dome is in a domed ellipse, I'm sorry, not ellipse, half a sphere, right? A dome. Uh, so that's the first rainbow, the bottom rainbow that occurs. Let's look at this. This is the bottom rainbow. Notice how, see, the light is, going through here, in here, like that. Yeah. It's being concentrated from the dome at this rain. So what happens in the bottom? See, all the light gets through the bottom, so there's more light here. Right? There's more light here. Most of the light goes through the bottom, but some of it is reflected back up from the bottom part of the raindrops, right? It goes through the top part of the raindrops. It's like, oh yeah, there it is. But here's the thing: it's hitting that. You see what I'm saying? You could see it. It's hit onto, the surface of the rainbow, but it's also gone through the water drop, all the water drops. It's gone through the water drops that hit the backside of the water drops. Do you see? It goes through the water drops, whoop, and it reflects, back off the top. So it goes all the way through. What, one, two, boop. It goes back out the top, upside down, right? It goes upside down. That's why, whoa, did it again. That's why the bottom rainbow goes to red at the top, right? Roy G. Biv, right? So red is at the top. Red or Roy G. Biv. That's the, you know, way to remember the colors. Red, orange, yellow, Roy, G, green, BIV, blue, indigo, violet, right? Those are the 7 main colors of the rainbow. But every color is represented that exists in that rainbow. Roy G. Biv. So you see how red, right, Roy, is on the top, but then it goes through the water drops and is reflected up. Some of it, it's not as bright, right? The second rainbow isn't as bright, just some of it's reflected up. And look, it's the opposite, right? It's the opposite, isn't it? It's the opposite, meaning the red is at the bottom and the blue is at the top, right? This is, everything in here is opposite, right? Everything is upside down. That's really, because your bottom chakra in your body is red, right? And the top chakra is clear or purple or white, right? That's the way it's supposed to go up, but it got it upside down. Now the flag for Meribaba is this one, up here, and the flags for the gays or whatever, the triads or whatever, right? They use this one. They use 2 completely separate rainbows for their flags. 2 separate rainbows for the flags, although those are the rainbow flags. Meribaba was created in 1942, is a story we all know. Time starts in 1969, but, in 1969, his flag was created. The other flag, the upside down flag, the upside down chakra flags of the bottom rainbow, that's ubiquitous now and everywhere, that's upside down. You see? That's the upside down one. Mary Baldwin uses the first right side, uses the right side up one. So you have to understand, we're this blue sky. There's a firmament up there. The Bible is called a firmament, right? It's made out of a crystalline structure. Although it's clear, it is crystalline because the rainbow's created through a crystal. So oh, there's a crystalline structure up there. What's behind it, right? The ocean is behind it. We're in a bubble in an ocean, and God is that ocean. God isn't limited by a physical form, but the physical form of God, that's has a is a boundaryless ocean up there. That's why it's blue during the day, and it's dark. It's black at night, just like the ocean, right? Just like a super clear, clean, Caribbean water ocean, right? That's what we're looking at, and it's above us. So, yeah, just information about the rainbows. The rainbow is the proof that you're in a domed structure, okay, made out of crystal. There is no other. Space is a hoax, right? It's the ocean. How would you fly through a crystal dome? You can't. That's not possible. So every country has a space program. No country has come out and said, "Hey, space is fake." Did you know that? No. See, all countries worship the devil. Everyone that is a government employee works for and worships the devil. Period. Okay, that's it. They are especially most importantly the teachers, right? All the teachers. Most importantly, they're just. It's funny, but the people teaching all the children are incapable of thought, right? They could only parrot. They could only tell the children what they've been told, which is what? Complete, absolute, total lies. So if you're sending your children to school, you're just absolutely intentionally making them stupid. and slaves of the devil, both. That's what you're making them on purpose. If you know this information, you're doing that on purpose, you see? So live your life with purpose towards positive things, right? And God, the truth, what did Mary Mama say? The truth and God are. That's it. It doesn't matter what you say about him. The truth is what it is. Doesn't matter what you say about God. God is. That's it. You could say a whole bunch of stuff, but the truth is the truth, and that's it. This is the truth. How can they do this? You have to think there is another species here. You're one of 7,000 humans. If you can understand what I'm saying, you're one of 7,000 humans here at Disney World Dome. The rest of them, oh yeah, they all know what I'm saying. Everything what I'm saying, they all know it. Okay? But they are literally perfect, 100%, never vary slaves of the devil. They are under perfect orders. They're never going to change. Never, never. Not, you're not going to influence them. I'm not. That's it, right? So you have to do you. Accept the truth, and then your actions must be based on the truth. That's it. What is every Christian? Every Christian I meet, I say, "What does the word Christ mean?" They don't know. No one except myself, who then told everyone, is telling everyone, no one knows what the word Christ means. It means the ruler of the crystal sphere we're in. All the crystal spheres, really. You see, he was Jesus of Nazareth. He dies on the cross. Oh my God, you win. You're with God. Okay. Now he's called Jesus Christ. Come on. This is hard. I get it. I get it. It's hard. But you're adults at some point. Aren't you going to use that brain? Aren't you going to use what God say you and start to think? I mean, come on. I am getting tired of being the first one to figure out every single piece of truth that's hidden from us. Get in the game, right? If you were told something in school, total lie for a purpose to enslave you to the devil. And so you have to go back and look at all that programming. It's like, okay, why did they do that? What's really going on here? And until you change to knowing the truth and acting upon the truth, you're just simply a slave of the fantasies that you've been imprinted with. You have to end that, and you have to seek the truth, or you will reincarnate inside this dome infinitely, forever, right? Only someone that knows the truth can share the truth. And so you must learn from someone that knows the truth, because no one else has it. You must then be like, oh, this is how you seek for truth, and you must seek it yourself. You must come up with your own hidden truth that hasn't been divulged yet. You have to come up with some of that. You have to do this work. Okay? You have to sit there and be like, why is this happening? They said this is going on, but that's not happening, right? Like tides and so on and so on. Everything in here is a lie. So pick something and go, oh, what about this? And then go figure out the truth of it. But it all starts with a rainbow. See, it's a trickle down effect from this. If you don't know you're in a dome, in a bubble in the ocean, you don't know anything, right? You know nothing. And so you have to start from the overarching, absoluteness of our existence, or else what do you have? You just have things built on fantasy. Do you see? So get out of the fantasy, get into reality, learn the truth, and act upon the truth. And what? The truth sets you free. That's it.